record. So this is session 3 of the Emoti-kaun series. And today is the continuation of what we spoke about the last time. So before we start off, here is Sowmiya Bhas, the founder of the W Therapies. And she has many certifications and accolades to add to her credibility as a therapist. I'm Hema Subramanian. And today, before we begin, we'll just recap the last session, possibly. Sowmiya, do you want to do that?
Yes, sure. So we covered understanding what are emotions. That's what our first session was. We spoke about duality and how emotions are something that we are born with. We are born with maybe a couple of them, like love and fear, and how as we grow up, we keep adding to the kitty and have uh, so many more emotions that come in. And once we understood what duality is, the next step that we moved on to was to figure out what do you do with them. And the second session that we had, we covered on uh, how to tap into the emotions and how can we start with the process of first acknowledging it and then moving on to accepting it and expressing it, and what are the ways that we could express it. If you're doing it by yourself, you can journal, you can paint, basically any way to recognize an emotion and show it in a way that you're comfortable with, whatever works for you. No rights or wrongs, and a lot of tips available. And we also spoke about EFT, another powerful tool, which is what we are dwelling into deeper in this session. Apart from that, we also touched upon how you can use venting as a tool. Vent to a friend, a trusted friend, or a therapist, especially someone who creates a place of non-judgment for you. That's what we had covered. And moving on to dwelling deeper into EFT, let's let Hema, the ball is in your court.
Okay. So Sharda just messaged that she cannot hear or see us.
Now I can.
Now you can? Okay, cool. So EFT, like we know already, is a very, very powerful technique, tapping on the meridians. In fact, I happen to see similar techniques on acupressure and a couple of similar Chinese techniques, which again tap on the energy meridians. And apparently, there is just so much relief that people can experience while doing the EFT. So it has a very proven science to the entire process. So today we'll just possibly tap a little bit together. So considering Sharda is online, do you have any specific thing that you want to tap on? And we'll also talk about how to create your own script so that
I have some backache.
Okay. So which part of the back is it hurting?
Upper back and shoulders.
Upper back and shoulders. Okay. So now the first step of EFT is to first rate that pain on a scale of 1 to 10. 0 is no pain and 10 is extremely painful. So what will...
I just like to add
7.
one bit over here, that when we are rating physical pain, the scale that we use is 1 instead of a 0, because we exist in our bodies. And not having no pain at all is probably something which is not possible, which is to say you're having no feeling at all. So a 1 over here is saying that yes, you're comfortable in your body. So for physical pain, rated from 1 to 10, and for maybe emotional, mental pain, stress that you're feeling, discomfort that you're feeling, rated from a 0 to 10.
Okay. So yeah, with that, Sharda, 1 to 10, what is the intensity of the pain?
7.
7. Okay. So what we are going to try and do is keep a check on this intensity. Like we said, what we start with is to tap on the side of the hand, either sides of the hand, karate chop points. Sometimes it is said
So
that
I'll be able to do only karate chop right now.
correct. So you can tap your knees. If you're sitting
Okay.
down, and usually because we are sitting on chair or we have a table in front of us, it's not visible. Our lower part of the body may not be visible to others. So you can tap on your knees as well. Actually, there are several other points that we can tap on. Also the tips of the sides of your finger, right? The side of the
Okay.
tip of the finger here, like one finger to this one. There are quite a few
And
points that you can tap on which have the meridian point, but if you can tap on your knees, nothing like it right now.
karate chop I can do. Karate
Karate
chop
chop.
I can do. Only
Okay.
that.
So I love this. We spoke about Brad Yates the last time, and I love how he starts the entire process. He says, taking full responsibility of my own well-being.
Responsibility.
I
Yeah.
love that statement because the minute you say that, you know that you've already started the healing process by saying that I take a responsibility of all of this. So taking responsibility of my own well-being. So we say that we acknowledge the pain first. It goes as, even though I feel this pain in my upper back and shoulders. If you can add a texture to it, Sharda, what kind of a pain is it?
It's a dull
Okay.
pain.
Is it like a
No, it's more like a
prickling?
pure, like a like a kind of a pain.
Okay,
Stiffness and
right. So even though I feel this pain in my shoulder, it's a dull pain, something like stiffness uh, that is causing me a lot of discomfort. And I don't know why.
yeah.
Sometimes we know why, sometimes we don't know why. So we'll presume that we don't know why.
Yeah.
But still, I choose to heal and
Yeah.
integrate, love and accept that part of me completely. Even though I feel this stiffness, this dull pain in my upper back and shoulders, and that is making me feel what?
That is uncomfortable, irritated.
Uncomfortable and irritated, but still I choose to heal and integrate, love
Still
and
like
accept
love and accept
that part of me completely.
this part of me.
One more time, even though I feel this
Even though
stiff, dull pain in my upper back and shoulders, and that's making me feel uncomfortable and irritated. And I don't know why this pain is there in the first place. But still, I choose to heal and integrate, love and accept that part of me completely.
love and accept. Yeah.
So we'll do a full circuit today. If you can't also, just keep tapping on the karate chop. Say, all this pain in my upper back, all this pain in my shoulders, all this dull, stiff pain in my upper back and shoulders, all this uncomfortable and irritating pain in my upper back and shoulders. I don't know why it is there. I don't know why it has come. But it is making me feel very uncomfortable. It's making me feel irritated. So we finished one round here. Now the second round is going to be about what are the other feelings it is creating, or anything in case of an emotional turmoil. If you know why this has happened, and you don't know, like other questions like, will it go? Will it get worse? The other things that it
Will it be something more serious?
Yeah. So even though so again, we say that this irritation and this discomfort is also leading me to other questions. Is it something serious? Why is it hurting? I don't know. Ideally, it is not supposed to hurt. So this pain is also making me feel scared or nervous about whether it will get better or worse. And I don't know how it will get better. but I can imagine it getting worse, which makes me feel even more scared. And I don't know how to help myself at this moment to deal with this uncomfortable, irritating pain in my upper back and shoulder. I don't know what to do. I don't know what it is because of. I don't know how I can help myself. It is uncomfortable, irritating, and a little scary. So this is the second round. Why we are okay, take the call. We are still going to continue tapping here for you. So this is the second round where we have again gone back to either the reasoning or we have gone to some other emotions that are created because of this one pain. Okay. Now the third round is going to be about making a choice. We said that we have to acknowledge the emotion, which we did. We acknowledged the pain, the discomfort in round one. We acknowledged the either the reasons or the future possibilities in round two. And in the third round, we are making a choice. So we are left at this pain is making me feel uncomfortable, irritated, and even a little scared of what will happen. But still, I trust my body to heal. I trust my body to release this pain. Any amount of worry or fear of the future is not going to help this pain anyways. Right now, I choose to let go of this pain. This dull, stiff, uncomfortable, irritating pain in my upper back and shoulders. Whatever the reason is, I choose to acknowledge it and deal with it. I do not need to let my body bear the brunt of this stress, which is quite unknown at this moment. So I choose to let go of this pain. I choose to feel better in my body. I choose to release this uncomfortable, irritating, stiff, dull heaviness in my upper back and shoulders. Instead, I choose to feel comfortable. I choose to feel calm and relaxed in my body. I choose to allow relaxation and comfort to flow into my shoulders and upper back. I choose to feel more sure and confident of my body healing itself. And I choose to accept all this calmness, this lightness, this comfort in my shoulders, feeling very calm and relaxed in body, mind, and spirit. So this is where the entire cycle of EFT can end. Now, feeling comfort or feeling relaxed in body, mind, and spirit is again picked up from Brad Yates. I think that's also something that he ends with, that I choose to feel this calmness, this relaxation at all levels in my body, in my mind, that is your thought and emotion, and spirit, that is your energy overall. So once this first loop is completed, basically 3 rounds of tapping is completed, you can keep your hands on your chest and then take a deep breath in and blow out all this feeling from your shoulders and upper back. One more time if you want. Breathe in and breathe out through your mouth all this discomfort, this dull stiffness from your upper back and shoulders. If you want, you can breathe in, breathe out 7 times. You can also breathe in, breathe out thrice, or you can breathe in, breathe out once. Again, the intent that you are willing to let go of this pain is extremely important. Okay, because again, we are using the power of our mind to tap into our bodies. Right? So this is how the EFT cycle can be used, and it can be used for any discomfort on any level, physical, mental, or emotional levels. The protocol is the same. The first round is acknowledging the obvious symptoms. The second round is again acknowledging the reasons or any future thoughts or any other, for the lack of better word, side effects that that particular thing is creating. And then the third one is uh, choosing to let go, making a choice that you have to let go. So there's another parallel concept in another school of thought called access consciousness, access
Before
bars.
getting into that, I wanted to say that I was yawning throughout.
Okay.
And for me, and yawning is a big release. And I know when that's happening, my body acknowledges what the words are being said, and there is some truth to it. Even though my mind may not be able to compute it, but my body knows, and I'm yawning away. So yes, so there are many forms of release, yawning, and you may have tears coming, and you may be burping or coughing or anything, passing gas,
Yeah.
coughing. 1 minute.
Maybe just tap out that too. Just maybe. So again, this is another thing. You may not necessarily tap. You can tap the karate chop, but if there's any part of your body that you can access easily, like your throat, right now Sowmiya's throat is irritating her a little. So then you tap it out, and then you say, even though in your mind you can say that, oh, I let it go. You can just say, I let go. I acknowledge your presence and I let you go. Whatever you are, for whatever reason that you're here, I acknowledge you, and I let you go. So yeah, farting, burping, even if you have, you rush to the bathroom multiple times after tapping, please don't get scared. This is your body releasing whatever is uncomfortable or the discomfort that's stored in your body. It has to find a release in some way or the other, right? So either, like Sowmiya said, you might end up crying, which is okay, which we recommend very strongly, that you do cry, and then you gather yourself eventually, right? So yeah, Sowmiya, your screen is frozen a little.
Yes, so Hema was mentioned something called access consciousness. Now, there is not just one right way of healing yourself, healing, understanding your emotions, managing or letting go of your emotions, or acknowledging it. Another modality that both of us follow is access consciousness as well. And just to put it in relation to what we're talking about, emotions, how to understand, because the mind is what wants answers, your logical mind, your body just wants to play, it wants to just be. So if you're wondering whether what I'm saying is right or wrong, does it make sense, once you start practicing this, so for example with the what we just did, with the shoulder pain and the back pain, when you're saying these words, just note your body. If what you're saying has truth to you, truth for you, your body will feel lighter. Maybe you'll just let out a sigh of relief. And if you are saying something which you think you need to say because it's the right thing to say, you will feel heaviness. There will be a heaviness in your body. So light and heavy is what we play with. Like for taking that example forward, saying that I'm feeling irritated with that pain, and that that brings about a change in my breathing, and I know, yeah, that's true for me. It's bringing up irritation, and I'm willing to acknowledge it and let it go, and my body feels lighter. So I know that's true for me. And you can pick your words. There's no right or wrong. You would know innately what is light and heavy for you. So go play with it, with the words of EFT, and that's how you design your own script. because what is true for you may not be true for someone else. And we are here to validate only our truths. We are here to acknowledge only our emotions and to manage it in a better, healthier manner. So with that, Hema, why don't you talk about, the thin line between seemingly similar emotions, but not really similar.
Not necessarily similar in a lot of ways. So I think Sowmiya started with a basic premise of there are some we start the emotional, the gamut of emotions started with two basic emotions, that's love and fear. So every time, and we are conditionally designed to act out of these two emotions, because we know that when we were cave people, then this is what happened back then, that all we had to do is feed ourselves, which made us feel better, and take care of ourselves, which was driven by fear. The survival instinct, or so we call, is driven out of fear. So here are some emotions that are present in us. One second. Some emotions that are present in us, but the intensity of it all will change everything for us. Okay. Here we are sharing something. Is my screen visible? So here we are talking about determination, right? Determination is very, very important for us to get something done. Set a focus, set a goal, and then go and get it, right? But overdoing determination becomes stubbornness, right? So I'm so determined that I'm like negating everything around me. Maybe because I don't want to feel helpless, I want to feel more in control. I know that if I listen to them, I don't know what will happen. So again, driven by fear, driven by helplessness, that becomes stubbornness. Then there is love, passion. Overdoing love and passion. I remember so many movies. One movie that on top of my head comes to my mind is Pyar Tune Kya Kiya. Remember, Soumya? This is an old movie. Urmila Matondkar at her best performance, I thought. And then she would like really say, I love you, I love you, I love you. And it would become like an obsession that you have to do that. The obsession need not necessarily be for a person. It can also be for an activity. That I like to keep my house clean, but I love it so much that I cannot tolerate, any other place being unclean. So then that becomes an obsession. It becomes what we otherwise also call OCD. Maybe we'll talk about those disorders in one another session. So over excess of love can also be a problem. Excess of any emotion for that matter can be a problem. So the entire, I think our aim is to find a balance in understanding what is the lightness, what is the light emotion within ourselves. Like Soumya said, if you can't figure out where you come from, after every behavior, if you review a particular event, you check back with yourself. Did this make you feel lighter? Does this make you feel heavier? And that will tell you which side of the tipping scale you are on. Then you can be careful about things which is necessary. But when you are overtly careful, be careful about this, be careful about that, that also becomes anxiety. So you will see that these are not bad emotions. These are necessary thought, behaviors and emotions that we have. Just that when it crosses a particular line and is driven more by fear, then it becomes a concern. One can be particular about things, but then it can lead to becoming a perfectionist, which again creates pressure. On whom? On you only. Not necessarily on others. Of course, it then translates to others, saying that what I expect from myself, I also expect from other people. So that is also good. Courage. You can be very courageous, but being overly courageous in all situations is actually recklessness. No, you are just entering just yesterday, one of my friends had, we were speaking about it, and he was talking about how, his girlfriend uh, keeps talking, till he gets angry to a limit and he screams at her. And after he screams at her, she stops, shouting at him or whatever, nagging him, and then she starts crying. And then again is another loop of, oh my God, what kind of happened? So, being mindful about how this behavior or this feeling is helping you is extremely important. Confidence, you can be, it's very necessary to be confident. How do you understand that if you are confident or you are proud? Somebody again recently in this, just day before yesterday, one of my other acquaintances told me that success got to my head and now I've become proud. So then my question was, how do you know? How do you know that you've become proud? Right? And he says, that's what people told me. So sometimes we understand what we are doing, but sometimes other people also tell us, they are also mirrors, no? So they also tell us whether our behaviors are tipping on which side, right? Again, a person can be adaptive. It's good to be adaptive, but being overly adaptive is a concern because then it goes into becoming passive. So again, the only way we can understand what is working for us is to understand whether it makes us feel light or feel heavy. So again, there's a question for Sowmiya here. If I don't understand on a mental level, is there a way to check whether what I'm doing is right or not? Of course, there's no right or not in emotion, but
yes, Hema, like in fact, thank you for that question, because when you say I don't understand it on a mental level, that example which you use about this colleague who said that, maybe success has gone into my head. And how do you know that? People are telling me that I've become proud. And, but you know what? Check into your body. Your body knows. And if this bothers you, that people are telling me that I'm proud, and maybe you can do a round of tapping and see whether that's true for you or not. You will feel it in your body. So even though I am successful and people are telling me that I'm proud, I don't know why I still choose to heal and integrate, love and accept that part of me. And maybe they are not happy with the way I'm progressing. Or maybe I am going too fast and I'm not acknowledging that. Or maybe somewhere I know that's true of me. I'm becoming proud about my achievements, but I am still allowing others to dictate who I am, because I feel that keeps me grounded. But that's not fair to me either, because I'm buying into a lie which they're telling me. And just saying all these things makes me feel
yeah,
like so much better. In my breathing has just eased out. So always check with yourself what is a lie for you, what is a heaviness for you, which actually gets your being down, and what is the truth and light for you, that I can take happiness in my success, and yet I know that I am not becoming a different person, that I would probably show it off or always talk about me. I'm not that. So just trust what your body is telling you, because we need to pause. That's when we'll actually check within ourselves. So even techniques like EFT, that what teaches us is pause, reflect, acknowledge, and then accept. You don't have to accept everything. So how I would check into something, how to figure out when my mind can't compute. What do I do? I can do this. I can take a pause.
yeah. I think that's a again. I think somebody did say that your body will never lie. It will never lie. It will just tell you what is. So it has its own intelligence, and it's good to trust it because we have to be on our own side times. So, anyways, we are winding up today. Time's running out. Next time around, we're going to talk about different emotions And we are going to use a very famous premise to talk about all of these emotions. One epic that we all know about. We are going to use Mahabharata and its characters and several incidents to discuss emotions and why those characters were the way they were. Okay? So yeah, catch you next Thursday talking about various emotions and
Does
Mahabharata.
Sharda have any question?
No. Not today.
Not today. Today she's multitasking. So yeah, we can catch up when we
Yeah.
catch up. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So see you next Thursday.
Yes.
Yes.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.